Okay. It is crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless, guys. Back at it again. Go ahead, give me a like on the way in as usual. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button to get all of the alpha the updates on your favorite crypto gems, new narratives, new coins, meme coins, whatever you can think of. The alpha is here on the Crypto Faceless channel. Now, let's get straight into it. Today, we're going to be speaking about pDAI, Flare, TitanX, and I'm going to be giving you guys another gem that you could possibly add to the portfolio at the end of the video. So you have to wait until the end. Now, first, let's get into the wider market as usual. We got BTC sitting at $67,700 or kind of like 68-ish, right? In that range. We're still under the old all-time high, which is expected that we dump down below. So like I said, we're probably going to be in this little range between $60,000 and $70,000, which we have been seeing. Past few days we've been around that kind of, we've been holding the mid level of that range, like mid 60s to upper 60s, which is really good. But we're pretty much seeing what I said we will see, between 60 and 70 for, I think, the next few weeks until we get the halving. Remember, the halving is only 2 weeks away or so, 2.5 weeks or whatever, right? The main thing is this: Tether is still printing, right? Tether is printing billions and billions of dollars. You can go check it on chain. I would advise you go follow Whale Alert on Twitter, on X, and to get those updates. But for as long as Tether is printing billions of dollars, the bull run is a go. Right, the bull run continues, guys. As long as we spoke about this previously on the channel. As long as Tether is printing, that is a leading indicator as to what's going to happen later on in the cycle. It's going to continue to go up. Things are going to continue to be crazy. You know what I mean? So just expect the fact that if we get Tether keep going up, expect it's going to be crazy. All right. But anyway, let's get into pDAI, guys. pDAI is going crazy. pDAI is absolutely insane. It's on its way to $1, believe it or not, right? I made a video about pDAI many months ago. I told you guys back then I was getting into the Pulse chain ecosystem. I'm going to be buying memes in the Pulse chain ecosystem. And that was because, I saw memes start to pop off, right? We were in Osaka. Osaka was giving us, crazy gains. And I was like, look, I'm all about finding value, right? I want to find value where I can get value for my money. So I was like, you know what? I already believe that the Pulse chain ecosystem is, the most undervalued, the most underrated, ecosystem. So I was like, I could probably find some value there. And I was hearing about pDAI even before that, but I just kind of never pulled the trigger. But back then I was like, you know what? pDAI has a narrative, it has a community, and that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. So basically, let me tell you what pDAI is, right? Richard Hart came up with the fork of Ethereum called Pulse Chain. Okay, so whenever you fork something, right, it was a whole system state fork chain. It was a whole system state fork of Ethereum, right? So what that means is any coin that you had on Ethereum at the time of the fork, you also get the same coin on Pulse Chain, right? So the ERC20 became a PRC20 on the Pulse Chain network. Now, are these coins supposed to have any value on the Pulse Chain network? Technically, no. It just depends on if the community decide to rally around the Pulse Chain version of that coin, right? And make the price go up. So, for example, if you had Chainlink on Ethereum, you also have Chainlink on Pulse Chain. Now, will that Chainlink be worth anything? Technically, no. But if people rally around it and build a community around it, the price may go up and reach parity with the Chainlink on Ethereum, right? Now, when it comes to stablecoins, it's a little bit different because stablecoins are supposed to be backed by the equivalent the equivalent value in dollars, right? So you have DAI, you're supposed to have an equivalent value to make it stable, like backing for that DAI, right? But obviously, if you do a system state fork, then it's just a forked stable coin. It doesn't have any backing. There's no dollars in the bank somewhere. right? So what happens is it's not supposed to peg to a dollar, right, on the post chain side, but there's a whole community around this thing where they're like, hey, we believe pDAI, that's DAI on post chain, is going to peg back to a dollar and reach parity with the DAI on Ethereum. Now they've got a whole list of reasons behind this. There's the Atropa ecosystem that's kind of like built around this to make it go up or whatever, right? I'm not even too familiar with it. I'm familiar with it, but I didn't go down that rabbit hole. Because I don't, here's the thing, I don't like to go down like rabbit holes for like things I'm not too I don't things I don't have so much conviction in. I'm not a maxi in anything. Like you watch the channel, I'm not a maxi in anything. I find coins I like. I find coins that are going to go up through my own experience being in the market since 2016. I kind of know what's going to go up and what's not going to go up, right? So you know what I'm saying, I don't have to go, I don't become a maxi in any particular coin, right? So for that reason, I didn't go deep into what Atropa is and all that. But there's a whole group of people and community around pDAI and Atropa, and I believe the dev just doxed himself recently. He came out and did a few videos about why that is, and there's even conspiracy theories behind pDAI that believe that I think Richard Hart is actually the one behind pDAI and providing liquidity or whatever. And like there's a whole world sub community within Postchain. They're all about pDAI. They do their own spaces. They do their own YouTube videos. Like, go check it out. You can go down that rabbit hole if you want to. But for me personally, when I look at a coin, I'm looking at a few different factors. One of the main things I'm looking for is a community, because I believe anything that has a community and a narrative is going to go up, right? That's just the way it is. So a couple months back, when I saw the fact that pDAI had a little bit of a nice narrative, it's a really nice narrative, a forked stable coin on another network, post chain, that is supposed to peg back to a dollar and reach parity with the Ethereum DAI. That's a nice narrative. I can see people rallying behind that. And then I did see that as well. We saw that with the community. I saw people doing spaces. I saw people recording those spaces and putting it onto YouTube and uploading on YouTube. I was like, okay, these people have a community. There's people who are diehard pDAI people. I see it on Twitter, like, you know what I'm saying? It's active. People are talking about it. I'm like, all right, that's all I need to know. I don't need to go down the rabbit hole over Tropa and look at the wallets and do the wallet analysis and who's providing liquidity. Is it Richard Hart? Is it, I don't need to do all I'll let them do that. For me, I can see that there's activity, there's community, there's people talking about it loudly. All right, I'm in. Right, that's why I got in a couple months back, and the price of pDAI is going crazy right now, pumping. We're sitting at 0.008 right now, so just under a penny, and this thing is supposed to go to a dollar. So you do the math. This thing still has hundreds of X's left in it to get to a dollar. And the thing is, I've been in crypto a long time. I've seen crazier things happen, guys. I've seen crazier things happen. If you think that pDAI can't get to a dollar from where it is right now, trust me, it can. You know, I'm not saying that it will, but I'm saying that it can definitely happen. We've seen meme coins go up crazy, thousands of X's for what? For what reason? Nothing at all, just because it has a nice little meme and a community behind it, right? So this is a meme in itself. The fact that it's a forked stable coin on another network that shouldn't really pair back to a dollar, but it might actually reach parity and peg back to the dollar. Hey, listen. And the price is going crazy right now, by the way, right? Go check the chart. It's crazy. Now, that's my bullish case for pDAI, guys. Let's go into the next coin for today is Flare. You guys know I love Flare network. We got into Flare at, we called it on the channel at just under a penny. This thing went up as high as 5 cents recently, and of course we had the pullback, so it pulled back with the rest of the market, but now it's taking off again. We're sitting at above 4 cents. We're making good gains on this play. Now, you guys originally know why I like Flare. I like Flare because it's a layer one. I always tell you guys layer ones in every single bull market do great. But it's not only a layer one, it has the FTSO technology, which is basically an oracle built into the blockchain, right? So the Flare network is all about being a blockchain that has an oracle in it to provide data to the blockchain. You don't need any third parties like Chainlink or any other oracles to partner with. No, we already have the oracle in the blockchain. So that's their kind of like distinguishing factor for their blockchain. And you guys already know this. You can watch my other Flare videos and see why I'm bullish on Flare. But today I want to speak about the AI aspect of Flare. So they are kind of leaning into the AI narrative, which is really, really bullish, extremely bullish. Because you guys know one of the biggest narratives, if not the biggest narrative for the cycle, is AI, right? AI, gaming, and meme coins. That's pretty much what this cycle is about. And Flare has found their kind of niche in that market, in that world. They are focusing on AI as a means to find security for the blockchain, which is really interesting. Kind of found their little niche in the AI space. It's not the typical AI, you know what I mean? So they're basically saying that they're taking a new approach to AI where blockchain integration leads to a safer and more accurate AI. They're calling this consensus learning. They're posting a lot about this on their Twitter page. So go check out X, go check out Flare Network, go read the articles about AI and how they're using AI. I think they're using it in a very interesting way, in a very a different way from other blockchains. So it's interesting. They're adding AI into the element. It's already got this own Oracle and the FTSO layer one blockchain. Is bullish, man. I think Flare is going to do crazy numbers this cycle. You guys already know that. I've been following it. I'm just telling you right now, they've got another little leg up with the fact that they have the AI and their own little kind of like version of how they're going to be using AI. It's really interesting. Bullish, 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 bullish on Flare. I think this thing is going to go up ridiculous. Already went up to 5 cents from our 1 cent call, and I think it's going to go up way, 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 way more than that, right? You guys know. Go check out my other Flare videos, but I want to speak about the next coin, which is TitanX. Good old TitanX, man. Oh, TitanX. A lot of people are down and out on TitanX. I'm here to tell you that TitanX is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Do it exactly what it's supposed to do. It's kind of crazy that people don't understand this, but I guess it's understandable. A lot of people don't understand the tokenomics behind TitanX, which are extremely bullish, guys. Tokenomics and game theory behind it are bullish, but they don't understand one key factor, which I always mention in all of my TitanX videos, guys. The number one thing is it's designed to be hyper inflationary at the beginning, which means the price is not going to go up, and then later on it's designed to switch and to flip into being hyper deflationary, which means the price has room to rise and go up, right? That's the number one thing that you have to understand overall with TitanX. And a lot of people don't understand that, so they kind of they get down and out on the coin, they give up, they start fudding, they start, you know what I mean? Because I guess they didn't read the white paper, they didn't understand. I always say people who are in Zen understand the hyperinflation at the beginning is gonna cause problems for price appreciation at the beginning, right? So it's kind of the necessary evil that you deal with when you get into this fair crypto realm where you have to mint and create miners. So for TitanX, you have to actually make miners, and a lot of people did make miners, okay, and which is causing hyperinflationary action. New coins are coming out every single day, and there's not enough buy pressure to eat that up right at the beginning. But the game theory and the tokenomics behind TitanX is designed for at a certain time later on, keyword later on, that it's gonna blow. It's designed for that. It's designed for that. You know what I'm saying? You can go look at the supply inflation chart for TitanX. It'll show you that there's no new inflation coming out towards the end of the year, right? At the end of the year, ain't no more new inflation coming out. Go look at the chart, all right? That's why Jake said in around September-ish, around that time, TitanX could moon, right? He said that in a live stream, right? You can go check it out. I spoke about that previously in one of my videos. He said later on in the year, in quarter 3, around September, TitanX could moon based off the fact that there's no more new inflation coming out around that time. You can go check it out in the charts, but also everything else around TitanX, the game theory, the ecosystem. So here's the thing: there's about 8,000 Ethereum in the buy and burn right now between buy and burn version 1 and buy and burn version 2. Let that sink in. It's about 8,000 Ethereum. Okay, like, do you know how much that's going to be worth later on in the cycle? Like, let me give you some alpha right now. All right, the Ethereum spot ETF filings are happening right now as we speak. We got Fidelity, one of the biggest asset managers in the world that manages trillions and trillions of dollars in assets, have just filed last week for the spot Ethereum ETF with staking. Super duper bullish. You got other asset managers have already done filings. We've got deadlines coming for May, June, July, August. I believe August is the last deadline for accepting the spot Ethereum ETF. The anticipation leading up to this event is going to push the price of Ethereum up to around $10,000 or more. Right, this thing could even go to 15K by the end of the cycle if things really pop off for this cycle. Now, let's bring it back to the TitanX buy and burn. I just told you there's 8,000 Ethereum in the TitanX buy and burn. If Ethereum goes to $10,000, do the math. You do quick crypto faceless math. It's 8,000 times 10,000. 8,000 Ethereum times 10,000. What's that? $80 million. That's $80 million in the buy and burn. That's $80 million potentially in the buy and burn throughout the cycle, leading up to the price of Ethereum going up to $10,000 or beyond. Right? You have to understand the mechanisms that are gonna make TitanX go up. It's the buy and burn. It's the fact that it's going to become deflationary, hyper deflationary towards the end of the year, where no more inflation is coming out. But at the same time, you got all of these build on TitanX protocols out or coming out. We've got 3 or 4 or 5 already out, and then you got like 10 more coming out in the next month, 2 months, 3 months. It's gonna be crazy. By the time we get to the fall, by the time we get to the winter, right? Quarter 3, Q4, end of year, all of these built on TitanX protocols will have taken so much of the supply of TitanX off of the market and into out of the hands of the weak investors, right? That's what Jake said, right? And into smart contracts, benevolent smart contracts, right? So all of these TitanX are built on TitanX protocols are actually taking TitanX off of the market through staking or through burning or whatever. It's taking it out of your hands and putting it into smart contracts that are only set up to kind of be positive or net positive for the price action of TitanX, right? So what's going to happen is the amalgamation of all of these things later on in the year, right? All of this is going to come together and come to fruition later on in the year. No more miners coming out. All of these TitanX protocols have eaten up the supply of TitanX and put it into a smart contract. And at the same time, the Ethereum price went up crazy or is going to go up crazy, making the buy and burn have millions and millions and millions of dollars in the buy and burn, right? And then once that happens, then the buy and burn is going to start pushing up the price of TitanX. And then we're going to get the masses and masses of retail investors come into the market and they start saying, oh, there's a coin over there called TitanX. It's going up. That's bullish. I want to buy it. And some of them or a lot of them will look into it and say, oh, it's going up because there's a buy and burn, and it buys itself up and it burns it. It automatically pushes itself up. It's going to go crazy. You guys don't even know. Like, so here's the thing. TitanX is extremely bullish. You can either be one or two people in TitanX. You can either be the guy that just buys a bag of TitanX and then forgets about it until later on in the year, right? And then go dibble and dabble in other cryptocurrencies, right? Because it's not going to go up right now. I'm telling you, TitanX is not going to go up right now. It's going to go up later on, Q3, Q4, end of year, right? So you can either be the guy that just buys it up right now and just lets it sit and go play in the other cryptocurrencies, or you could be the guy that just goes in and like, I'm going to benefit off of this time that it's not going to go up right now. And I'm just going to be buying up TitanX. I'm going to be using Hyper as a compounding factor or a way that I can compound my TitanX. Like Hyper is supposed to be a way that you can compound your TitanX, right? You buy Hyper or you do miners on Hyper. And then when it becomes claimable, you sell it, you get TitanX and you increase your bag of TitanX. So you could be that guy who just kind of like goes in and benefits on this downtime. Or you could be the guy who just, buy some TitanX and let it sit and go play in the other cryptocurrencies. So that's the thing when it comes to TitanX, guys. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to go up right now. I know that a lot of people think that it's not doing what it's supposed to do because it's not going up, but you didn't read the white paper. You don't actually understand the tokenomics and game theory behind TitanX. It's going to go up later on. Q3, Q4. I mentioned that on Twitter. Go check my X page. Follow me at CalicoZone6 on Twitter, on X. And Now let's get into the coin of the day, the gem. I got a meme coin for you today, altcoin gem. Now it's called Brett. Right, Brett, Brett. You might be thinking, Brett's gone up crazy already. What are you talking about? So Brett on base has gone up crazy, right? It's a meme coin, very recognizable character in the meme coin. Actually comes from a comic, but it's taking off right now as kind of like the next Pepe, the next Bonk, or the next, like, big time crypto for the cycle. Brett is becoming one of those ones, right? As far as recognizability, it's very recognizable, and the price did shoot up. It went up to a $700 million market cap. I think right now it's sitting at a $600 million market cap. Now, I'm not saying go get that one. No, I'm not saying go get that one. But that was on base. So Brett on base went up to a $700 million market cap, sitting currently at like almost a $600 million market cap. But Brett is also out on Ethereum. Okay, Brett is out on Ethereum, and basically, the one on Ethereum is only like $1 million market cap. It's like 1 point something million market cap. So now, if we do a little arbitrage between the two, being that it's such a recognizable name or meme, and I think that has potential to do something crazy. Um, if you think about it, look at the difference between $600 million market cap and then we have a $1 million market cap, right? On ETH. So I'm saying I'm picking up Brett on ETH because it could do something crazy. Just saying, you never know, right? The big difference between the two, especially because of these ETF filings, the Ethereum spot ETF filings, it's going to push Ethereum up crazy. And then people are going to rush to the Ethereum ecosystem. We're going to rush back, and Ethereum ecosystem is going to have its run, and it's going to go crazy. And then what's going to happen after that? Brett might have a little run on Ethereum, right? So if it's 700 million or 600 million on base, what about Ethereum is only 1 million, right? So there's a little arbitrage there that I'm trying to take advantage of. So I want to bring that to the channel. As usual, it is crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless, guys. Back at it again. Go ahead, give me a like. Go ahead, comment as well. If you agree, you disagree, let me know. And make sure that you subscribe. I am